So the other day somebody asked, haram like means like evil, right? Evil or bad. So why do we have a mosque called Masjid al-Haram, right? Referring to the mosque in Mecca where everybody goes and does the circumnavigation or what have you, right? Which is a good question if you look at the meaning in the way that it's being used, right? A lot of time, haram is being used as something evil, something bad. Okay, but the root meaning is not that. The root meaning means a manar, which means prohibition. Okay, it means prohibition. Okay, so haram has that meaning. That's why I keep saying انت بتركز في الفروع والجوال في الجذور. Okay, so if you look at that meaning, then it makes sense, right? Because that mosque is inviolable, right? It's prohibited to do certain things there. Okay, if you go there, you can't do certain things. Okay, it's just that's just how the place is, and that's the same thing for al haram that's the haram al makki. So as we're talking about the prohibited place, inviolable place in Mecca, and then you have the same thing in Medina, the Haram al Madani. Okay, and then you wear ihram. Ihram comes from that same root, right? When you put on that white clothes that they wear for Hajj or Umrah, okay, you make certain things prohibited on yourself. You're muhrim. Okay, you make certain things prohibited on yourself because you're in that state now. You cannot go to your wife. Um, you cannot go hunting. You cannot do certain things. Okay, so again, you're in that state, and then you have mahram. Your mahram, right, for a woman is the person she cannot marry. She's prohibited from marrying a brother's a uncle, a father, etc. Okay, um, and then the first month of the year is called Muharram. It's the month in which you cannot do certain things. Okay, certain things are prohibited as well, as well as the other 3 months as well, because there are four of them, right? But that's the first month of the year. Okay, so it's Muharram. Okay, so that root, and then you have harim for women, and then you have hurma, and then you have all kinds of things, right? And then ihtiram comes from that. Okay, ihtiram, which means to make prohibit on yourself, okay, certain actions towards someone, right? So ahtarimuhu, you will normally be translated as I respect him, but what you're really saying is I prohibit myself from doing certain things in front of this person due to respect. Okay, so I won't say certain words, I won't use certain language, I wouldn't present myself in a certain way, right? Because I respect that person. So it's using that way, all right? So you need to pay attention to the roots. The roots does not mean bad. Okay, though I can see how that would translate. Okay, so pay attention to the roots and you understand everything else. It all makes sense.